Hello, my name is Francisca Lombard, founder of MineGPT. If you are buried under project work, deadlines, endless to-do lists, and haven't had a chance to figure out exactly what AI is yet, don't worry, I've been there. This video is what I wish I had only a year ago when I started my AI journey. This video is part of a series of videos that'll be released leading up to the MineGPT launch and is designed to help show you how AI can work for you. So let's dive right in. Today we're going to look at Gen AI and where MineGPT fits into it all. In order to understand generative artificial intelligence, we need to understand what artificial intelligence means. This is the broadest field and refers to any computer system that mimics human intelligence. That can be human reasoning, learning, planning, perception, or creativity. Some examples include self-driving cars, virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa, the AI logistics and supply chain routing that is used by Amazon and UPS, AI chatbots, but in the most basic, crudely based systems. This does not include chatbots like what we've come to know as ChatGPT and Gemini. We get to that later, though. Within artificial intelligence, there is a subset called machine learning, where models learn from data to make predictions, classifications, or decisions without being explicitly programmed for every possible input. Examples of these include fraud detection used by banking, email spam filters, predictive maintenance in mining, as well as medical risk scoring models like predicting diabetes based upon lab values. Once we dive into another layer deeper, we find a subset of machine learning called deep learning. Deep learning uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers to learn hierarchy. This is what enabled the boom in computer vision, speech recognition, as well as large language models. I, for one, use the voice-to-text Otter AI assistant to take minutes of meetings for me. Image classification, when you use your camera on your phone and it, for example, asks, is this a cat? Object detection in video. So what is going to enable all of the autonomous vehicles to be able to perform all of their duties in a busy city is this specific surveillance ability. Tools like MedGemma and other medical imaging analysis systems, and then large language models like GPT-4, BART, or Claude. Note that I refer to this as GPT-4 and not ChatGPT, and you'll see why in the next slide. Another layer deeper is where we find generative artificial intelligence. So examples of these include Copilot, Code Whisperer, as well as ChatGPT and Claude. This is a type of deep learning that creates new content based on learned patterns and includes text, image, video, music, or code creation. So an example of this would be if you input an NI 43-101 report to ChatGPT and ask it to automatically summarize the whole report into a one-page executive brief, or to generate a site visit checklist based upon project type, location, or development stage, or writing your tender documents. This might be a little bit confusing, therefore, we need to just take a bit of a broader look into what is a large language model. The layers and subsets might sound like a lot of jargon, but I'd like to explain it with an analogy. The foundational model, example, ChatGPT, think of it as a massive toolbox that has been multi-purpose trained on absolutely everything that you can find on the internet. And that goes from code, images, scientific articles, anything that you can think of. Whilst a large language model is just the language tools. And it's a specialized version that is optimized to work with reading, writing, and reasoning. And that is why that the example is ChatGPT. So what about MineGPT? What is MineGPT? Think of MineGPT as a car built around an engine, where the engine is the large language models. World-leading large language models such as ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, they all support the inner workings of MineGPT. Whilst MineGPT is custom software that directly uses the LLM to power the MineGPT context within a mining context. The engine is the LLM, but the vehicle is MineGPT. So what is an LLM really? Imagine taking every textbook, every research paper, every Wikipedia page, everything that has ever been published, and then asking that brain a question like, what is a good recipe for whole wheat bread? What's the best software to use for 3D modeling? The difference, though, is that LLMs are generalists. They're trained on the entire internet, and they don't understand that a flow sheet is different from a flow chart, or that a resource estimate means something very specific within an NI 43-101 context. MineGPT is like a domain-trained specialist. It combines generative AI capabilities with a deep understanding of technical mining reports, especially those filed under NI 43-101 and SK 1300. It doesn't hallucinate capital costs. It understands that indicated and inferred are not just synonyms. It also knows what throughput bottlenecks are. The real magic isn't just in AI, it's how you apply it and being able to ask questions like, are any sensitivities discussed in this report? And what is the direction of the sensitivity? Does the project mention any metallurgical risks? It's not just a chatbot, but a set of tools and agents that helps you search, extract, benchmark, and make better decisions faster across thousands of mining projects. So let's just recap then. Within artificial intelligence, there are several layers of subsets through machine learning, all the way down to large language models. And within that sphere, that is where MineGPT lies. Why does this matter? We are in a point in time where data is exploding, but human attention isn't. Every month, hundreds of reports are published. Each one are hundreds of pages long. That's valuable information hidden right in plain sight. Whether you're trying to screen 30 gold projects, benchmark recovery rates, or just understand what drives capital costs, MineGPT was built just for that. Thank you very much. I hope that this gives you just a little bit more context of where MineGPT fits into the whole artificial intelligence sphere. If you're new to AI, don't worry. We have a video series that is here to help explain exactly how you can use AI in your daily life with confidence. Next, we will be discussing the difference between traditional research and prompting. Thank you so much.